welcome to Masters in Motion. I'm your proud host, Christine Dalgleish, and we're here on the beautiful traditional territory of the Kitely Tenay. Masters in Motion is all about seniors in sport, and we'll meet some athletes who are striving for their peak performance, while others are simply passionate about what they do. Right now, we're going to show you how it's done. We're here at the Prince George Aquatic Center with Naomi Cole and Ella Stratton, and okay, you're going to think I'm misspeaking, but this is for real. These two ladies are part of the Timberwhales underwater hockey. I know the whole sentence sounds wrong, but it's true. And so it's the UNBC sports teams usually call themselves Timberwolves, but these ladies are part of the Timberwhales. So this is pretty cool.
Yes.
So Naomi and Ella, can you tell me a little bit, because I think most of our viewers are going to feel like I do, like I misunderstood what you were saying. And so could you tell us about the rules of it? It sounds a little nutty.
Yes, it definitely does. So you have 6 players on each team playing. So really you have 10 players in total, 4 are off and ready to sub in when people get tired, which happens very fast, I may add.
Yeah.
And so then you're playing 6 on 6, passing a heavy puck. It's not lead, it's plastic, but there are weights in it. And then we have these short sticks that we use to pass the puck back and forth.
And the whole premise is we're trying to get it into a metal trough on the other side of the pool. So there is no goalie because we obviously need to breathe at some point and we can't guard it all the time. So I think we're just really passing it on the bottom of the pool, working on our skills and our strong kicking to get it to the other side with our teammates, trying to compete one against each other right now.
And so is there, when I was a kid and I played floor hockey, the kids would rack each other's knuckles to try to get the advantage, which is kind of mean. And that's what happened back in the day. And I'm thinking, do you guys need gloves or any other special equipment?
Yes, so there are specially made gloves that you can make. None of us have any right at the moment.
Except for Stephen Rader.
Yes, yeah, of course. So we're having a glove making party in the new year, so everyone just has to buy their own glove, and then we're going to be supplying the silicone or latex.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And so is that like knuckle protection?
Yeah, I think it goes to about yay high on your hand, and it protects your knuckles and your fingers from being scraped along the bottom or from other players.
Inadvertently grazing your fingers?
Yeah. I do have one cut from last day.
Yeah, I've gotten many as well.
Yes,
And so the thing for me is when I imagine trying to play hockey underwater is holding your breath.
Yes.
So I would go under, hit the bottom, come right back up.
Yeah.
So how do you guys train for that kind of thing?
That's definitely been a struggle point for some of the people on the team, which is okay because lots of people are coming from very different backgrounds. Ella and myself both come from a swimming background, so that's something that came very naturally to us.
Yeah.
However, there are some people that have a football background, so while they're having to work on holding their breath, the ability to be aggressive and gain possession of the puck comes very naturally to them.
So everyone has their different strong suits, and I think just for the breath holding piece, we're just working on swimming underwater for longer periods of time every week and practicing holding our breath and being aggressive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just don't do that while you're driving. I don't want anybody gasping for their last breath.
That would be bad.
And so how many members do you have on your team right now?
Maybe 15 to 20 regular people that show
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
but I think we have in total about 30 people,
Yes.
up to about 30 people that have tried it out so far.
Yeah, it's definitely hard because a lot of the members are in sciences or engineering. So just with class schedules and work schedules, not everyone can make it to every practice. But next semester, we're hoping to have a couple more practices every week.
That sounds wonderful. And what's your ultimate goal, you guys, for this club?
We are planning on going to Nationals May long weekend in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Living the dream, ladies.
Yes.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's all. Is there anything else that you guys think our viewers need to know that I just don't even know to ask?
If you are interested in donating to our club, please do. We appreciate any and all funds that we're doing. We are planning on doing a wine drive in January. So
Yes.
you donate $20 to the club and a bottle of wine. We put your name in. It's a reverse draw, and the last 3 people to get their name plucked out of the draw get the wine.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
course,
ladies.
yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So we have got Stephen Rader. He is a professor at UNBC, and he's the coach and mentor for the Timberwhales. And I love saying that because it sounds so crazy that what on earth is a timber whale? But we've already explained that with Naomi and Ella, so we're okay.
I'm glad to hear that because I don't think I could have explained it.
Right? And so what we need to know, because you're 59 proudly, and I'll admit I'm 60, we're proud to be Masters athletes. And so wanted some focus on you because, of course, it's a university team, so I imagine everybody's a little bit younger than you.
Just a little.
Yeah. And so can you tell me how you got started in sports?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so I did lots of sports growing up, mostly track and field. I played basketball in high school. I tried Little League for a while. But then when I was in high school, I was totally captivated by Jacques Cousteau and his Undersea World, which was a TV show at the time.
I totally get it. I was right there with you.
And I wanted to be a marine biologist. I wanted to go scuba diving. And I had a couple of friends, a couple of classmates in high school who were licensed for scuba. And they said that I could learn how to do it where we lived. And so I signed up for the class. And then while I was doing that, they said, hey, by the way, there's this underwater sport that we play. And I was like...
And you went, no way, right?
I know. I was like, that sounds really nerdy. I'm not interested. I'm one of these cool track kids.
Of course you are.
And then, I don't know, they kept, saying, hey, come on, you should try this, you should try it. And finally I did. And I never looked back. It was amazing.
That's wonderful. And so a while ago, maybe a decade ago, the underwater hockey was part of the university sports. So were you part of that, Stephen?
Yeah, that's right. So I convinced some of the students, it was probably around 2007, I think, to start a club team. And initially it was super popular. It was like now, there were like 30, sometimes even 40 students turning out to play. So we had a really great turnout. And some of them have kept it up. As you may have heard, one of them was on a gold medal winning team this past summer. And several of them, after hearing that there's a new team, they've contacted us and said, "Oh, we're so excited! We're hoping actually to have have enough of them come back that we can have an alumni team playing against the current team."
Yep. Well, you have to. You're only one team right now in this area, right? So
That's
it's
right.
kind of new.
That's right.
So
yeah.
you need players, and so right now, as the coach and mentor, you play with the kids. I was going to say with the children. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm sure that you play with them, and so the techniques and stuff. Can you go over a little bit about the thing that gets me is that, as I told Naomi and Ella, that I would hit the bottom, I'd come right back up because I wouldn't be able to hold my breath. So that kind of thing, is that something that you've developed over time?
Yeah, we do a lot of drills that are really about breath holding, fundamentally. There's one called a hoo-ho, a half under, half over, where you swim half the length of the lane at the bottom and then you come up and recover your breath. So it's that kind of thing, and we spend a lot of time doing that. A big part of the sport is watching your teammates and anticipating when they're going to run out of air so that you can go down and take their place.
Oh, great strategy. I didn't even think about that stuff, right? So that is awesome. And also, we need a little show and tell now. And so
Yeah, you bet.
let's talk about the puck.
Yeah, so this is the puck.
Oh, it's heavy. No, it's not that heavy, but it is heavy. It's heavy enough to go down to the bottom and stay there, right?
Exactly, that's right. And they have this coating on it so that it slides pretty easily.
Nice thinking.
That's right.
Good, yeah.
And then with these short sticks, they're some kind of resin.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, push against the puck. And people who are good can actually lift it up off the bottom and send it through the water.
Oh, nice. And that kind of maybe takes your opponent off guard, thinking that it's...
Exactly, that's
Okay.
right. Sometimes, somebody thinks they're blocking you and you like throw it right over their legs or something. You have to be careful because you hit somebody with this thing,
It could hurt.
it causes a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But you can definitely trick people. One of the things that I really enjoy about it is you really play in 3 dimensions. So if you can't get past somebody, you can go over them or under them.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I knew the over, but I didn't think about under, because eventually they will be up there, right? And you can scooch under.
That's right,
I
yeah.
love that. It sounds so complex when you think about it, just even for a few seconds, right? Because most of us haven't heard of underwater hockey, so yeah, this sounds like something that would appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are actually, even before I moved to Prince George, which was in 2003, I think maybe 10 years before that, there was actually a team here in Prince George. When I started the team in around 2007, I wasn't able to convince any of the previous people to join us. Actually, there was one guy who did, but most of them said no, they were done with underwater hockey. But it would be great to have a community team to play against the university team.
What a great idea, Stephen.
Then
That's
we'd
awesome.
have some actual games.
Yeah, instead of just scrimmages amongst yourselves, right? Is there
Exactly.
anything else that I'm missing, Stephen, that our viewers should know about your experiences or the actual game?
Well, I guess there are 2 things. So we wouldn't be able to do this sport without the Canadian Underwater Games Association, or CUGA. So they're the body that provides insurance for all the players in the country. They sanction all the tournaments. And so then the other part is the tournament. So for example, the Victoria team has a tournament, an invitational, well, it's not an invitational, they call it a potluck. So players sign up to go and then they're randomly distributed to teams. So the teams are pretty evenly balanced. There are a bunch of tournaments that take place sort of throughout the year. I think Naomi and Ella mentioned the Nationals in the spring. That alternates between the East Coast and the West Coast.
They're going to go.
They are going to go, that's
and
right.
that means you're going to go. So we'll have to do another segment after you win the championships, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a surprise to win the championship in the first year playing, but you never know.
Dreams.
Enthusiasm takes you a long way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for your time. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Masters in Motion, and maybe it's inspired you to move a little too. We'll see you next time.